Here we go, everybody. Welcome back to the Board YouTube channel for some more FIBA World Cup coverage for free picks. It has been a very successful start on the show so far, and there's going to be 3 more picks coming at you today ahead of match day number 3. We've had 2 shows so far, and so far so good, as I mentioned here. 8-2 on the free picks so far, and if you caught the most recent stream, it was a 3-0 sweep of the weekend here. We had Haddadi on Iran to go over 9.5, ended on 10. So we snuck over there. We had the Puerto Rico and South Sudan same game parlay, which despite going to overtime, we nearly lost on the Sudan spread, ended up covering over there. And Lowry Markkanen goes over 26.5 by half a point with a late putback that ultimately did not affect the game. But nonetheless, it is 3-0 on the day, 8-2 on the tournament, which leads us with 5.25 units of profit. Pips, I'm sure you're feeling very, very good after that start. Why don't you talk us through it a little bit?
So, yeah, we kind of got lucky. With Lowry, he covered even in some ridiculous low minutes. I didn't expect their second best player or best player or by far the best player ever to play such a low minutes. But they saw the game like they didn't have any chance, so they sit him out. Still covered in his minutes. Then Lowry in the fourth quarter. That was one of the most insane games I've seen this entire year. They were Finland was up 20 mid third quarter and lost by double digits. That's like 30 points swing in 15 minutes. So yeah, we had Lowry with 23 points entering the fourth, and then they started double teaming him, so it was tough. And he also forced some shots and missed. So yeah, but in the end, lucky putback to get us over. So yeah, 8-2 on the show. I said everyone to follow my picks on the Twitter over the weekend. Last 2 days, even better, 8-1. So 6-0 today. So let's just continue with this. And yeah.
Yeah, you have really, really done well with the FIBA picks so far. 3 coming today as well. But shout out to Sean Glenn in the chat for sending in the super chat and giving a little bit back to the channel after the success he's had with the picks. So thank you so much to Sean for that.
Yeah, this is the first
The first super chat
of the board show, so pick and roll show. So thank you, Sean.
Thank you for that. And a question before we get started from Frankie Rodriguez asking, we parlay this stuff together at single legs. Each bet is individual, but some of the bets do contain same game parlays, which we will indicate because there is a same game parlay coming.
Do we combine all the picks we share on the show? And the best way to approach them is to bet them single. But if you have like low units and just want to tail for fun or something, you can combine them. There is no problems with that because every single one has the edge. So you are not combining. So most people are against parlaying because it's tough to have edge on a couple of events. But these have edge in them. So combining 2 or 3 or even 4 to just tail, it's okay.
For this show, for FIBA World Cup action, I would say you're like, especially if the picks are doing really well, getting really good closing line, you're probably more susceptible to getting limited by sportsbooks. So sometimes a way to combat that happening is to parlay a bunch of plus EV positions together. You're not going to be as successful as you would with the single legs, but at least your accounts stay open for longer. So something to consider. But we do have 3 bets. First one is the mentioned same game parlay. We're going back to Dennis Schroeder here. He has been lighting it up at the FIBA tournaments. Germany, so we have, anyone aware, it is a Germany SGP. Dennis Schroeder, 15 plus points and 5 plus assists, paired with a Germany minus 2.5 in their game against Finland. Really love the position there. Then we're going to Latvia after their upset over France. And we're going to Schmitz, I think that's how you say it, or Schmitz.
Yeah.
Can't quite confirm, but under 14.5 points for him against the Canadians for minus 115 odds at Bet365. By the way, the SGP here is at DK. I will fix that in a second here. And then the final pick, I didn't write it down. Write it down in just a second here. but it is in the Georgia game. Shengelia, if that's how you say it. Is that how you say it?
Shengelia.
All the guys I'm
For
not
me,
quite familiar with.
Shengelia.
Shengelia over 13.5 points for minus 115 odds at Bet 365. Okay, those are the three plays. Let's go back to Dennis Schroeder. First of all, why do you like Schroeder so much against the Finland team? And potentially, I guess along the way, what do these teams really have to play for now that Germany's 2-0, Finland are 0-2?
Yeah, I just think Germany will play it. The Germans, they always stick to the plan. They don't throw any games. They don't rest many players. So I think Schroeder can cover this line in 3 quarters. We saw the last game without Franz Wagner. He's their main guy, go-to guy. Everything goes through him. He ended up with 30 points and 8 assists. And he's now playing against much weaker defense. He's the guy that usually run playing pick and roll, gets to the rim, and Finland showed terrible defense so far in this tournament. They just don't have anyone to defend, and yeah, Schroeder with ball in his hand should get points, assists, win everything for Germany, and Germany is a much better team. So yeah, I just think this is one straightforward everything on Schroeder to lead Germany to 3-0 start to the World Cup. And as I said earlier on the show, like I had Germany as not on the dark horse, so they're so far playing very well. I hope France is back, so they have a great chance to go further.
Yeah, I like this. Even if Franz Wagner isn't playing, even better if he is, because
Yeah.
the spread will shoot more in Germany's favor. And even with Franz Wagner playing, this team runs through Dennis Schroeder regardless. So I like the position here a lot. And as far as Germany maybe already having advanced, they maybe not confirmed, but seeding is important. Going 3-0 is vital for teams who want to go deep in this tournament, and Germany will be fully aware of that. So big game coming up for them. Next, we're going to go to Latvia here. Pips, we posted on the Twitter, YouTube Shorts as well, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. The short from earlier today where you mentioned Latvia had a real shot at upsetting France in that group stage game. And of course, Latvia were trailing for 39 minutes, but took the lead in the last minute. So something to like about Latvia. And Schmitz, as this commenter here, Badger Boy points out, has been playing really well. So what do you like about him to go under his point total against the Canadians?
He even in the qualifiers when Bertans wasn't playing and they're much weaker side, he averaged like 10, 11 points. And now with Bertans and they have much better team, his line was 10.5 first game, 12.5 second game. He's just way too efficient. That's not who he is usually. And yeah, I just think 14.5 is too much against Canada. Their defense is great. They are not slowing down throughout any point of the game, as we saw in the first 2 games. They'll just play hard 40 minutes. And yeah, I don't think Hirolan will have a great game against the, I don't know, probably Pavel and Old Kelly. And yeah, I like the defense of Canada, so I don't think he can manage this great run. Also, they secured going through, so yeah, I think they know they don't have any chance against Canada. So I think we could see even some lower minutes for them to just rest and go all in the next phase of the tournament.
Yeah, not to jinx anything for my Canadian team here, but
Yeah, I could
have
see
been
it go out easily.
yeah, they have been utterly sensational in this tournament thus far. And if things get ugly early, like you said, Latvia could just sit back and say, let's save our best guys for the next round of the tournament and try to progress beyond that point. So interesting handicap there. And Canada's defense, along with their offense, has looked spectacular in this tournament. So going to have difficulties down low there. Finally, we go to Georgia. We're taking Shengelia here over 13.5 points, also at Bet365. Forgot to mention, by the way, that the SGP from earlier is minus 125 at DraftKings. This is minus 115 at 365. What do you like about this one?
I just think Singgelia, very experienced European player in pre-games, preliminaries, he scored 30 points in some games. He's covered all this in almost every game so far. He's their best scorer, isolation scorer. I watched the Slovenia playing Venezuela, and they let Luka Doncic play one-on-one. They didn't double him, or they really didn't do anything. So Shingelia is above average passer, so there is no point in doubling him down. Venezuela defense is terrible. He had very poor game against Slovenia. I expected them to play better and challenge Slovenia in that game. They did not, and now all the hopes are winning against Venezuela, and that's very high-paced game and a lot of opportunities to Shengelia. So I just think bounce back game for him. We are getting discount on this line. The line should be probably 14 and a half, maybe even 15 and a half for this kind of game. But yeah, we are getting discount because he played poor against Slovenia. So yeah, I just yeah.
Another strong handicap for that one. So 3 plays going through for the upcoming batch of games here. Reminder for our upcoming schedule for everybody. We're not going to be going live on the channel until Thursday. So a couple of days off, and then we're going to get you ready for the round of 16. Monday and Thursday this week, including today. Next week is a Monday show for the quarterfinals, a Thursday show for the consolation games, or not necessarily the consolation games, the seeding games for 5th and 6th place, as well as the semifinals. And then Friday is the prep for the finals and the 3rd place games. So keep up to date with all the content by following us at the Board HQ or by subscribing to the channel with notifications on. We appreciate all the great support that we have gotten here. Here are the plays that we have for the upcoming batch of games, just to go through them once again. First of all, the SGP in the German game, as Dennis Schroeder, we're taking him 15+ points and 5+ assists, along with Germany, -2.5 on the spread. Those 3 legs combined for -125 odds at DraftKings. We're taking Schmitz in on Latvia to go under 14.5 points for -115 odds at 365, and Shengelia to go over 13.5 points for Georgia, and that is also -115 at 365. Pips, before we go, please remind everybody your Twitter, where they can follow you, and the picks that you're giving out over there.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter, Pips NBA. I usually post like at different times because I sometimes post late at night. So this time, or even like 2, 3, 4 hours later than this. Then in the morning, like 1 hour or 30 minutes before the first game, I go back and relook the lines and try to find another angle. So far, so good. And yeah, just follow me. You can push notification button on and see to not miss any plays.
Well, we appreciate all the picks that are given out over here while we're away. You can follow him there, as he mentioned. But we are back on Thursday. Once again, we appreciate everybody for the support. These shows have been doing really, really well. So we appreciate everybody showing out. We're just getting a little bit of a warm-up in with the FIBA World Cup as we get ready for the next NBA season. But along the way, we're cashing some bets, 8-2 on the show so far. And hopefully these 3 picks can really help us along and push further into the tournament with some profit. So we'll see you on Thursday. Thank you again, everybody. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content like this. Everybody, have a great week.